Hi, I'm Mike.
And I'm Jen.
And this is NFGeeks. All right. Yeah, we have a studio audience. Isn't that wonderful?
Yeah,
Isn't it, Jen?
It's awesome.
All right. So, Jen, this is your first time on the show. I'm really excited about it. I know you're excited too.
I'm excited to be here.
I know. She couldn't stand it. She actually didn't. You didn't have lunch. You skipped lunch.
Oh, I skipped my lunch.
She did.
Oh, yeah.
Just to be on. We're very excited.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. So, all right. So, let me tell our viewership. So, I just gave you the actual MBTI, and that means, and what it came out as is ENFP, which is actually the same personality type that I have. So, we actually share a consciousness. So, how does that make you feel?
A little freaked out.
All right. Why would that be? It's upsetting to you?
No, it's actually pretty cool. Having
Yeah?
a teacher that understands me and everything.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool.
I think it's cool too. I laughed too. You know, it was sort of karmic that she would have that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I actually wasn't expecting that at all.
Yeah.
But,
All right, so let's talk about some of the things that are related to our type, and then we're also we're a part of a much larger thing called the temperament of NFs, intuitive feeling, because we share some values with other people who have NFs. So I'm going to talk about some of that too, and you can just sort of answer how it is in your life. Okay. All right. All right. So I'm going to talk about something we were talking about just before we turned this on, and that is because it makes me laugh because I do this too, and that is, ENFPs have a reputation about flirting, and people interpreting us as flirting. And I want to know if you could talk about some of your experiences, and I'll talk about mine.
Okay. I mean, no particular experience, but in general, if I am with a group of guys and I'm just being friendly and talking to them, hanging out with them, they do interpret it as a much more higher version of flirting and trying to lead them on in ways that I never intended to happen in the first place. So that does actually happen quite a bit.
And it's something that's specific to us because it doesn't happen with other people that way.
No.
In other words, it happens to me, and I can see it happening to you, but it doesn't necessarily happen to people of other types. It's something specific to us.
Yeah. I mean, other people in the group are acting the same way I am, but for some reason when it comes to me, I am the one being the flirty one.
Yeah. And
yep.
And also I find that really we mean it, and you can tell me if this is true, we mean it in a very innocent way.
Oh,
we're just being nice,
absolutely.
friendly, really, not in any way trying to, manipulate somebody.
No.
All rated G a little, maybe PG. But,
PG,
PG. But never NC-17. We never,
Oh, God, no. Absolutely.
Right.
No.
It seems right. Now, do you find that you have a lot of male friends or just men in orbit of you?
Yes.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Not even necessarily that you're trying to. Not directly.
No. I mean, I've always been close to guys in general. I can sit in a room with them and get into a conversation within 10 seconds of being in the same room with them, and then after that we become really good friends. And then the friendships have been with me for quite some time. I mean, we're going on 2 years now that I've had the same group of guy friends. So I mean, yeah, I'm with guys all the time.
I have a similar thing. I have women in orbit of me.
Yeah.
Often, even online, and I don't try to. It's not like I'm
I
consciously saying I need to have 7 women around me right now.
I don't say, oh my God, there's a guy, I gotta go for it.
That's right.
See what I can do.
Pull them in.
No.
Right. Never do that.
No. I just, I don't know. I click with them quickly, I guess. And they're easier to get along with too. I don't need to have all the problems with girls that I have problems with.
I'm so happy that you said that, because I didn't think of that when we were talking before, is that I have the same attitudes. This is funny why type is interesting, because even though we're different genders, we interpret things the same way.
Right.
I always say I hate the company of men. I don't want to be around men. I don't
like being around girls.
Right.
I have 3 girlfriends that I'm very close to, and after that I can't do it.
I hate it too. I'd much rather be in the company of women.
No,
absolutely.
I can't do girls. So that's why I hang out with guys, and I've never had a problem.
See, isn't that perfect? That's wonderful. It's the very same.
No, it's absolutely great for me.
Well, me too, I admit. Yeah. Especially since I'm old. It makes me feel good.
I'm not old. So.
Oh, isn't that nice?
But I mean,
well,
still works.
Someday you will.
Yeah,
but you know what? Here's the thing. When you're old, really, when you're really old, like 30, oh my God, ancient. At 30, you'll still have this. This will still be exactly like this.
I have a while to go before I get
I know,
there.
long time.
Let's not rush things.
Yeah, but it'll still be.
But
like
it'll
this.
still
Yes.
be the exact same way. Absolutely.
Absolutely. All right. Now ENFPs also, and this is this has always happened with me. We have a good read of people. We can get into have insight into people's worlds and their motivations and things like that. And so two things I wanted to ask you about your experience with that. And I find when I do it, people hate me. Okay, I have haters because of this. So do you have any kind of experience with this, or what has your experience been?
Just trying to get into people and understand them better and figure out what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
People find me to be nosy.
Oh yes, we need to know.
I'm always trying to get into my friend's business to figure out what's going on. I want to know, but I like to help them with their problems. It's not because I'm just trying to throw it in their face or anything like that. I would never do that. But people kind of tend to take a step back sometimes and say Jen, you need to stop. You're getting too nosy, stuff like that. But I'm not ever trying to be too nosy. I mean, I'm just trying to understand them, understand what's going on. I'm pretty good at reading people, seeing their face. If I can see something's wrong, I like to jump in, see what's wrong, try to talk things out, figure out if I can help them.
Yeah, that's actually a good point, because people give me crap about that too. That when we know that something's wrong with somebody emotionally, we do want to jump in. You know what I mean? We're like, a superhero. We swoop in, and then they get mad at us.
And then you ask them what's wrong, and they say nothing.
And they're full of crap.
Wrong.
Right.
There is something wrong. You just don't want to say it. So
right.
I just want to know what's going on.
Yeah, it's really I think I might have told this story before. I've made so many videos, I don't know what I tell to say anymore.
Yeah.
But this was a particular looking back an ENFP moment. I was a little older than you. I was like 21, 22. And I was bringing my best friend from high school's girlfriend to his house. I don't know why I was doing this. And she said to me, and she said to me, do you want to know why I hate you? And I was like, what? And she said, and she said, you know why I hate you? Because I feel like you can see into my soul. That's what she said to me. Now, I didn't think of how important that was until much later, but at the time I thought, yeah, you're right, bitch, you're a horrible person, and I don't think he should be with you. That was my thought in the moment, but I realized, she was picking up on my ability to do that.
Yeah, I mean, people have never told me I can see into their soul.
Well, we'll see. That was when I was 22.
I still have some time to get to that point, but people do have a tendency to tell me that I am good at understanding and relating to their problems and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So I am the person that they go to.
All right, so let me ask you about some NF values. So these are intuitive feeling values that we would share with the others, types that share our stuff, the INFJ, the ENFJ, those. We all share similar values. And one of them is about transformation, helping people go from point A to point B in their life and grow and become something more than what they were at the beginning. So how does that connect with you in any way?
Well, especially with my closest friends, I've been watching them grow as people, and I really do enjoy talking to them and helping them understand more about themselves and trying to help them understand how they can become a better person, if that's what you are referring to. Absolutely. I do. I love helping people. I don't know why I love talking about everything going on and watching them grow and stuff like that. If that's what it means.
Yeah, it does. That's exactly what it means. Another one, and there's something particularly ENFP about this one, is NFs sort of have a preoccupation with romance and intimacy and things like that, and particularly idealistically about it. So I want to know if you could comment on that in your life.
What my ideal...
Oh, sure. What your ideal is, or how do you feel about having romantic ideals or whatever?
No, my romantic ideal is a military wedding. That's what I want. I really want that.
Sure.
I want to marry a guy in the military. I want to have that wedding. I want him in his uniform.
Yes, I was just going to say, what's great about that? Costumes. Right. You want them in the costumes.
Don't some guys put up their swords?
Oh yeah, a gauntlet. There could be a gauntlet that you walk through.
Under. Yeah, I want that.
Yes, and do you want the hats?
Yes, I want the hats.
Right. Do you have any particular military branch that you're interested in? No, it could be any of the branches.
Any branch.
So Navy, Marine, Air Force. It could be fine. SEAL Team 6, whatever it is.
They're all good for me.
All good for her.
All good for me.
Oh boy.
Just want a military wedding.
They're all coming now to get you.
Yeah.
All right. Why is that? What's the real? Can you get deeper into that? Why the military wedding? What's it about that's meaningful for you?
Well, I have a deep appreciation for guys in the military in the first place.
Okay.
I love it. And just the whole idea of the different look to it, from the whole traditional wedding. Everybody knows the traditional wedding. You're in a church, you're wearing the white dress. But for some reason, like, just branching out and doing something a little different, but still having that very formal, elegant look to it is what I want. And I just imagine having the guy stand there in his military uniform, and I think it would be like the most absolute thing in the world.
Oh, wow. Oh, that's great. Have you ever dated a military guy?
No.
So you're waiting.
I'm waiting.
All right. So if anybody in the military, Jen's ready.
I'm waiting for you.
Yeah.
I'm looking for you.
In fact, you're wasting her time. She's waiting. What are you doing? Afghanistan. Oh God. Overseas.
Yeah.
Who the hell cares?
Yeah.
Get going. All right. Now we've talked about this one already a little bit, but connecting to helping people transcend and that is NFs like you and I. We're very good, or we're known to have empathy, the ability to understand someone else's feelings from their point of view. What do you think about that, and how does that connect with you?
I mean, if somebody comes to me with a problem, I'm very open, very understanding to their problem, and I do as much as I can to help them get through it. And so I never judge them for their problems, first of all.
Well, you're a perceiver, of course not.
I am not a judger. So I do try to work with them and understand them, and I do my best not to jump to conclusions. I try to get into the information a little bit deeper, and that's my nosy part. Mm-hmm. But no, I do try to work with them and understand them and try to help them, lead them in certain directions that would help improve the situation and stuff like that. So.
All right. Another thing is that this may be harder to sort of wrap our minds around a little bit, because I haven't talked about this with you. But NFs are considered to be very sort of poetic, in the sense that we sort of are good at speaking in symbolism and metaphor and things like that, not as necessarily as concrete as some of the other types. Do you find anything connected with that in your life, or just understanding things?
Not so concrete. I mean, I'm really never concrete with my explanations of things at all.
Okay, there you go. That's what I mean.
I mean, it's not that it's difficult to understand me. Like, you talk to me for 10 minutes, you can pretty much understand the type of person I am. But I can never come right out and say something that I'm, like, trying to say, because I kind of floats all around the place.
Yeah, in fact, as you can tell from being in class, I do that too. I do the same thing. In fact, one of the reasons why I write in columns is to remind me to get back into an organized structure. Yeah. You know what I mean? Because if I wrote the way other instructors wrote, all over the place, forget it. Who knows where we go?
Right. It's very easy to get, to go off in the wrong direction and talk about something that you weren't even trying to talk about 10 minutes ago.
Yeah.
And that does happen to me a lot. I get very distracted with what I was even talking about in the first place.
Yeah, it's very hard. Again, that's why I write the notes the way it is. So if I turn around, I could see oh, geez, I'm supposed to be at this point. Right. I better get back to this. Otherwise, who knows what would happen?
I don't even know.
All right, so we only have a few minutes left. I want to talk about one thing. As you know, and because I want to know what your feelings are about this. As you know, you're getting a straight F in this class. Total straight F. There's no, right, straight across the board F. Your plane never took off. You never even made it down the runway. Okay? I don't even know it's got fuel in it. So what are your thoughts about this F that you're getting?
Oh my gosh. I'm not feeling it. I'm not liking this at all.
But
I don't mind it.
No? You're fine with the F?
I'm okay with the F, yeah.
You've learned to accept it.
I've accepted the F.
You went through the Kubler-Ross stages.
That big fat red F on my midterm, I've grown to accept it. Like I said, I put it right on my fridge. Yeah. I flaunted that F.
You embraced it.
I absolutely embraced that F. I showed everybody.
Yeah, that's great.
I took pictures of it. I sent it to all my friends.
You took it in?
I absolutely did.
Oh, that's...
I'm embracing that F. Couldn't be happier with that F.
Good. Now, how do you feel about it? So how do you feel about it straight up all the way, every aspect of it, even the real aspect of it?
Just the F?
Yeah, you're not just the F, or you're failing. Well, you can go to the class. Your F, you're failing in general, that one F, and then your entire failing, and then the class.
Oh, the class is great. I mean, I really do enjoy learning the information in the class. I mean, my F doesn't really depict the class.
Oh, that's right. Okay, that's good. I actually say that sometimes, that your grade is not a reflection of your ability as a student or how much you're enjoying the class.
No,
Thank goodness.
I feel as though my F reflects my work on the words you give us, not the class itself. The class itself is very different from the work that is given to us, I think.
Yeah.
The lessons that we're going over in class versus the lessons that we're doing for the homework and stuff like that are very different.
Sure.
So they do have a tendency to not coincide.
No, they don't need to.
But like I said,
Okay, I'm a perceiver. It can go in different directions.
I mean, my F doesn't mean I don't like the class. I don't like the class. I'm embracing the F. So.
Oh, good. And so you'll embrace the totality of the F.
Absolutely.
Great.
The whole entire thing. Yep.
All right. Well, Jen, thank you very much for coming on. This is the end of our episode.
Me on here. Yep.
That's right. So for our viewers, don't forget, you can follow NFGeeks on Tumblr and Twitter, and come join the fun at the Facebook NFGeeks discussion forum. And now you don't know this, Jen, but at NFGeeks at any level, it's happening. Did you know that it's happening?
No, I didn't know that it's
All
happening.
All right. You didn't know that's happening, but you know now.
I know it now. It's happening.
That's right. So what's happening? Say it. It's happening.
It's happening.
It's happening.
It's happening.
Yeah, see? She already knows. See? Maybe you won't get an F.
Maybe not.
No, you're getting an F.
I'm going to shoot for a D+.
Yeah, go ahead. You can applaud.